Recently, I've been reading about different theories of the universe. I was really taken with the idea of the multiverse theory, the idea that everything that is possible happens. Every time you flip a coin, there's a universe that lands heads and a universe that lands tails. And so we split off into one of the universes. And that's just like with everything that happens. We're constantly splitting into more universes every day, which means that there's infinite versions of us living different lives in some parallel world. Now obviously I don't know if this is true, but it really made me start thinking about things in a totally different way. It got me thinking, what do I look like in these other parallel universes? How is my life different? It made me go back over all the decisions I'd ever made and wonder, how would my life look if I made a different decision? When I found out about this idea of there being an infinite universe where everything happens, it gave me so much existential dread. It makes all those what ifs in our lives tangible. It makes you wonder as well, what is other me doing right now? Who am I in another life? The endless possibilities are totally terrifying. Every choice you make is now emphasized, and the ripple effect from every choice is literally life-changing. How would it look if you'd asked out that person, or taken that class, or moved to that place? Would you have met someone who could have changed your life forever just by leaving 5 minutes earlier? It's thoughts like this which are scary. But the concept of all these other universes, with all these parallel versions of me, makes me feel like I'm missing out in some way. I'm just curious, what do these other lives look like? I wish I could just experience all of them at the same time and float between them, just to see, just to know. I just want to know which version of my life is the best one. Because with this theory, it feels like, with the right decisions, your life can be anything you want it to be. Then there's a universe out there where you're the best version you can possibly be. But what if that's this one? What if your potential only stretches as far as it can go in this timeline? How would you feel about that? With infinite options for your life, what if this is as good as it gets? And does that scare you? And if you had the option to see all these other possibilities for your life, would you want to? What if you couldn't change to those other universes or timelines, even if they were better, and you could only stay in this one? Would you still want to see the other possibilities? And do you think the idea of the multiverse gives you more or less control over your life? Is it more control because anything is possible with the right choices, or less control because you don't get to choose the outcomes of the decisions you don't control? What if you decided to take that trip, travel to that place, or go to that party? Would it eventually lead to you meeting the love of your life? Or what if the most compatible partner for you is out there, but only a certain combination of choices could lead you to that person, meaning the chance of you finding them is 1 in infinity? And what about other people? How are my actions affecting them? What if my actions in this universe are creating a ripple effect that is making the life of someone I've never even met a living hell? And maybe in the universes where my life is the best it can be, who are the people who are suffering because I get to be at my best? And if there are infinite universes, is there one where all the right decisions were made and everyone is happy? Can everyone be at their best at the same time? Or will there always be a group who have to suffer so others can be happy? Or maybe instead of thinking of the versions of your life that are good or bad, it's just like different flavors or different angles of your life. Maybe it's similar to what's happening in this life, but with small variations. Maybe each version of your life is fairly similar throughout because the one constant through all these universes is you. And maybe there's no right answer to your life. Maybe there's many ways of reaching happiness, and it just looks different in every universe. At least that's what I'd like to think, even if I'm not sure I believe it. Or maybe this whole idea is just born from our human desire to want to be more or greater than what we currently are. Maybe it's so appealing because it makes life feel a little less empty, to give us a little more hope that somewhere, somehow, there's a version of us who is living the best possible life. And I'm curious, for you, what would the best version of your life look like? And what decisions could you have made to make it that way?